dedicated to all of us in the Snyder Cut movie. Rejoice, true believers, Zack Snyder has returned. The haters still hating, but they never learn. It's not my fucking concern, so let them burn. You wanna kiss the ring? Yo, bitch, wait your turn. We got all the goodies in the DC Fandome. All of us is eating good while haters get the crumbs. Holding it down like my brethren Michael Nunn. We educating you all wherever that you're from. In time, baby, you can join us in the sun. As long as you know that we're number one. Some haters in the chat, they still fucking mad. I know they still mad, that really makes me glad. They're getting their ass handed to them by the fans, while Zack Snyder is back by popular demand. Remember when you all said it didn't exist? Running around on Twitter, popping all that shit. You have a better chance at seeing a unicorn than seeing the Snyder Cut be reborn. Those were the good old days that you missed, and now you're running around having all your fits. Yo, catch me if you can. I'm on every stream, rocking my Justice League shirt, living the dream. Everyone on my team doing the same thing. Yo, the joy that we bring makes us true king. Wonder Woman 84 coming out real soon. Ryan Reynolds is trolling everyone in the room. We got news of Black Adam starring The Rock. We got Michael Keaton and the hits never stop. Michelle Pfeiffer's here too, I almost forgot. Both of them together puts us over the top. Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves will surprise. A new Batman trilogy that might catch your eye. But then again, Jeff Johns greenlit this shit. He didn't want nothing from Ben Affleck's script, and hiring Matt Reeves made my dude quit. Then Ben fell off the wagon behind it. If I'm being honest, I shouldn't give a shit about anything Jeff Johns think that was lit. But I'ma chill on that and salute the good thing that DC Fandome is about to bring. The multiverse, so you can have your cake and eat it too. The OG Batman is coming back too. It's the return of Ben Affleck on the set. You better recognize and give him that respect. He's in the Flash movie and he's gonna bring it home. And then he's gonna light it up with his standalone. Oh, you really thought that he's won and he's done? No, HBO Max is gonna let him have some fun. Deathstroke, baby, and the Joker as well. Arkham Asylum, where it all goes to hell. Henry Cavill, fresh off the Witcher win. He made another deal to be Superman again. Yeah, the stars are aligned for us to truly shine. While Jeff Berg and Whedon finally confined, getting investigated for all of their crimes. While we partying hard like it's 1999. You clowns better recognize that's how we ride. Get your ass crucified for telling all them lies. But no one believes you, and that's where we stand. You already know we're all in command. That was something Marvel didn't understand. They blew their load on Endgame and then they disband. I've been told you their phase 4 is in the can. That's why DC getting all of their stands. We got heroes more harder than the desert sand. We're kicking more ass than the legend Jackie Chan. You curious to see who the hell is AB? UNAS, let me tell you who I be. I'm El Presidente, the Jeff Johns slapper, the Don is a law, the true Jedi master, the pussy exposer, Batman top shopper, supreme wisdom and your girl's private doctor, the head of security, the born soul controller, the dude that puts the Snyder Cut on his shoulders, the soy boy kicker, your wife's panty sniffer, who also got your hot mom and your little sister, the Raylo Dasher, the chill devastator, the Black George Lucas, the last Jedi hater, the rise of Skywalker, true Terminator, the Disney fake Lucasfilm regulator, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, the alpha to your beta, who holds all the flavor, the dude that takes your wife straight to Jamaica. She's smiling at me cause she know what I gave her. I rock the PlayStation but never touch Sega, killing all the soy boys and sins with my phaser. I'm out of here, son, for these kids start crying, saying that I'm whack when I know they be lying, and we done. Just a number one. Welcome to another short episode of The High Ground. I am your host, the Baron of Cloud City himself, the one and only and not from Sony, never a phony or a punk-ass macaroni, Abu Nas. I am also the president of the Abu Nas Rehabilitation Center. We are open 365 days a week. Wait a minute. No, I fucked that up. We are open 7 days a week, 365 days out the year. And we are open through Hanukkah, Christmas, and every other holiday that you could think of. But this is live and direct, folks, even though it's recorded for a brand new studio audience. I'm here to give you the quick rundown of the DC fandom that happened over the weekend. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. That whole thing was lit. You know, outside of a couple of hiccups, but you got to understand something. That thing was, woo! It was an eye opener. It was an eye opener on so many levels that this was something that was a long time coming, and we was here for all of it. From the Snyder Cut trailer to Wonder Woman 88, you know, to all the other stuff involving the games. But I can't get into every single detail. I mean, you got a whole bunch of other YouTube channels and outlets and articles and stuff that you probably read already. So I'm kind of late into it, trying to give my assessment and what I thought of the whole thing. And we're only going to pretty much concentrate on the three things. Both the Snyder, both the Matt Reeves thing, Wonder Woman. Well, let's add on Black Adam too, you know. And let's start with Black Adam. You know, my thing with that is that it was just, I like the animation. I like the animation and how they told the story of pretty much somebody that was enslaved, that was given power to overthrow their overlords. But Black Adam kind of how should we say, took it a little bit too far, just a tad. And you know, sometimes it happens. You know, you let, you know, you're eager to right the wrongs, but according to The Rock, you know, he got punished for it because he took it a little too far. And he gets in prison. Thousands of years later, he's released. And he said he gonna make sure you ain't put me in the hidey hole ever again. So that kind of like sets up a showdown between him and Zachary Levi, the bitch boy Shazam. Yeah, I still don't got no respect for him, so that's not gonna change no time soon. He said the Snyder Cut didn't exist and he made fun of it. I'm not fucking giving him no pass by that. But besides that, he made lock horns with the Man of Steel himself. That's right, Henry Cavill. And why wouldn't he? You know, Henry Cavill and him, you know, Henry Cavill's manager is The Rock's ex-wife, you know? And why is not The Rock gonna rock with him? You know? So it's a perfect setup. And quite frankly, I would want to see that. You know, the idealistic and uncorruptible Superman versus a man that is a hero, but he's militant. So it's almost like Martin Luther King versus Malcolm X on some levels. But I think it's going to be a barn burner. You know, that's my personal assessment. You know, but it was just a short teaser. So it just gets you to wet your beak a little bit as what's to come. Because Black Adam was chilling in the back for a minute. So he just came busting out of the scenes. You know? And he got a lot of new games coming out. The Gotham Knights. You know, Bruce Wayne getting killed, and you know, both Robin and Nightwing and Batgirl and the Red Hood. The Red Hood dude. Jason Todd, is it? I can't remember. But yeah, they all getting together and they form their own super team, the Gotham Knights. And may I say, some of the gameplay is lit. You know, I like the atmosphere, how it's moody, and they stay you know, close, rock steady, still stay close to the things that got them that far with their other games involving the Dark Knight. You know, so I'm giving them 2 thumbs up. You know, for what I've seen on their panel. Now let's move over to Wonder Woman. You know, Wonder Woman 84. I saw the trailer. I liked it, but to give it context, you know, Patty Jenkins unfortunately opened up her mouth and talked about what was she filming and what was the parallels behind it, you know, saying that it kind of like mirrors what Trump is doing now in this country and stuff. Yeah, more of the politics, more of the pandering, more of the social justice warrior nonsense that we come to know and hate, because we don't want these things in our movies. Or at the very least, if you're gonna put them in the movies, you don't have to broadcast it, because we're already sick of trying to go to a movie and be preached to, or to just have people just beat something down, or ideology, or way of thinking, or political agenda down our throats. We're paying money to go and see an escapist film, a fantasy. Superheroes are a fantasy. They're escapist fun for us. Why can we not have that? And give us, me, myself, I just want a good story. So I said on Stone Loki's live stream that I was on when I witnessed the trailer, I said, look, I'm not going to get bent out of shape behind it, because it's pretty much what the MO is always going to be anyway. So my thing is, I want to try to see that, is there an actual good story behind it that will not make me keep dwelling on the parallels that you keep trying to push in our face. You understand? I want to see if there is something. And I'm going to go in there with an open mind. You know, I liked the first Wonder Woman. You know, wasn't too keen on the third act, but I went with it. You know? But I kind of figured, you know, by seeing the trailer, I liked the Steve Trevor and Diana chemistry. I liked it. You know, I liked it from the first film, so hopefully we'll see more of it. But it's like the fish out of water scenario, because the first movie, Diana was the fish out of water and Steve Trevor was her connection to where they needed to go. Okay, now the roles are reversed. So he's coming back, fish out of water. It's a time travel thing. We know he died in the first one, but however they're going to explain it, we have to wait and see. But they get through all of that and they go off on a little adventure. Hopefully, between the special effects that I've seen, and like I said, I'm not hating on it. You know, it is what it is for what they're trying to do, you know? And I'm trying not to just try to overanalyze every fucking thing. I want to go there and enjoy the movie. So the trailer was good, you know? And like I said, I do, but now as far as Cheetah is concerned, it could have done a little bit better with the special effects, but maybe, well, then again, it should, the movie should be ready. So, but in my head, I'm just gonna leave it alone, and I want to see how it plays out, you know, in real time. You know, I don't know too much about Kristen Wiig or whatever, and she's, you know, she's Cheetah, but I know her to be a comedian, you know, or actress that plays in a lot of comedies. So I don't know if she's gonna be comedy relief or whatever, but for what I'm looking at from the trailer, she looked like she's playing it for real. So we'll see what happens. And I will give Patty Jenkins some credit, because I was on record saying that she hasn't come out to congratulate Zack Snyder on getting his Justice League and everything else. And I'm like, yo, something's wrong, man. I'm not feeling that, you know? I mean, I know she was, you know, cozying up with Jeff Johns, that little snake-ass, bitch-ass, sucker-ass chump. But I said, let me see what goes on. But lo and behold, to my surprise, on Zack's panel, she came in and she congratulated him. She said she was so happy for him and this and that. And she talked about the Justice League. I was like, okay, all right. So I'm gonna put the brakes on it. You know, Patty has, you know, passed the baptism of fire. You know, even though I'm still not completely on board, but I want to see what she does with this movie, and then I'll give my accurate assessment. And the movie's supposed to be coming out in theaters pretty soon anyway, so we shall see. Now, on to The Batman. The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves and starring Robert Pattinson. Okay, now, in my setup, when I first, you know, started this video, you noticed that I mentioned some behind-the-scenes shit involving Jeff Johns. Now, this information, and I had a feeling there was some behind-the-shit chicanery behind it, because the Batman movie was greenlit under the old administration that fucked up the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League. And Ben Affleck's script for his standalone film was already set. It was the best script that a lot of people in the industry ever read. He had to go on damn near a bunch of late night shows trying to spin a false narrative just so he wouldn't bring attention to the bullshit that was going on, saying that he's still working on the script and blah blah blah, and he don't know if it's gonna, it's up to his standards and blah blah, which was all a lie. Ben had to literally lie on TV shows and live things just to keep the bullshit that he had to deal with in the back, under wraps. But when I was live on Midnight's Edge with Tom, Rob, and one of the founders, Andre, he dropped some heavy shit that really finally made me connect the dots. Because he said that Jeff Johns, he didn't want nothing. He wanted to be so far away from Snyder and anything connected with him that anything that Ben Affleck had, he didn't want to deal with. He came up with, something, and he said, I'm going to push on with Batman with somebody else. I don't want his script. So we hired Matt Reeves. What is Matt Reeves going to do? He got a job. Now he could tell his story. And Jeff Johns allowed him to do what he wanted. Said fuck Ben Affleck, fuck his script. Now, pretty much after that, Ben left. And he was so distraught behind that because everything was set for him. And he fell off the wagon shortly behind that. So between the Justice League reshoots, and the bullshit that was going on with Jeff Johns, man, that would drive anybody to drink. But when he said that to me, it goes back to everything that I believe in that governs how I deal with anything regarding either movie properties, real life, spiritual, secular wisdom, whatever. Everything that you do is based off of your intentions. Jeff Johns' intentions was to sabotage anything that had anything to do with Zack Snyder, including Ben Affleck. He wasn't going to deal with him. He was going to deep six any and everything that was previously promised because he wanted to assert himself as a man that can get it done. Because he's a comic book writer. He just stepped into the producer's shoes and that shit went way to his head. And then subsequently, during the Justice League reshoots, his bullshit was on the screen for everybody to see. And he thought he was really getting away with it. Between him and John Berg. Hired Whedon that didn't have a fucking clue, but said do whatever you want, just as long as you change the whole narrative. And he did, and the box office shitted on him. It wasn't until AT&T came through that the dominoes started to fall. But it was a little too late. Ben had to go through what he had to go through. But yet, Matt Reeves' Batman is still plugging along. Now, I got that information yesterday. And it started eating at me because I already saw the Pattinson Batman teaser trailer. I said it was good. I said it was good in terms of Matt Reeves' direction because to me, it looked like a cross from David Fincher's Seven and The Crow. I like the moodiness. I like how the atmosphere of it, how it's atmospheric. And I'm not going to say it's gothic. I'm just saying it's kind of like almost borderline to it, but it gives you that mood that this is a world you don't fuck around with. And I like that. Unfortunately, where Pattinson is concerned, I seen him in action or lack thereof, because that could have been a stunt double. I'm still not impressed. And that's just my honest opinion. He doesn't, it just seems like he's going to the brooding emo Twilight thing again, because obviously if he doesn't have the range to be the type of Bruce Wayne that I'm used to seeing, short dress, a man that, people are drawn to, because of this billionaire playboy persona. This dude Patterson looked like he's just sulking and brooding and just all the way through, even as Bruce Wayne. He doesn't strike me as somebody that, like I said, can draw but like I said, it's the teaser. So what I'm saying is that maybe they still have to film scenes where it could look like he could be a proper Bruce Wayne, or a Bruce Wayne that when you see him, it's like, oh wow, Mr. Wayne, I'd love to meet you and this and that. You know what I'm saying? They did it with every iteration of Batman, especially with Bale. You know? You already know how I feel about Ben Affleck. So I looked at Patterson and I'm like, all right, we'll see. And that's the only thing that I can say. I have every confidence that Matt Reeves can tell a very good story, in the script, because I really loved his last two Planet of the Apes films. I thought he knocked it out the park. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. And maybe Robert Pattinson can elevate his game to a certain extent that will service the movie properly. And then I could say, okay, he did a decent enough job, but he's not blowing me away. If anything, I'll look at his performance and like, okay, he serviced the story, let's move on. But now, after this information that I got yesterday, I should be shitting all over this film just on general fucking principle. Because this is the film that ultimately pushed Ben Affleck out behind the scenes and had him fall off the wagon over some bullshit. So I should not even fucking deal with this film. Say fuck Reeves, fuck Patterson, fuck Berg, fuck Johns, and everybody else that's involved in this. But I really can't really blame Matt Reeves. Like I said, they hired him. He needed a job. And then again, in some ways, not even Robert Pattinson. It's just everybody that was involved in the bullshit behind the scenes that really, really made me switch on a dime on this particular movie. And I'm keeping it 100. You don't have to like it. You don't have to believe me. This is what I got. And from the information that Andre blessed me with, shout out to Midnight's Edge, Tom, Rob, and Andre, because there were certain things that I already did know that was behind the scenes involving Ben. And like I said, all of that, when they greenlit the Batman, that was all under their watch. Before AT&T came in and said, pump the brakes, we taking over. All right. So I'm not telling y'all to not go see the film or whatever. I'm just saying, if you a real Snyder Cut head like I am, if you know that they did Zack Snyder, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, damn sure they did Ray Fisher dirty, and everybody else that was involved in the crew and all of that, when they was going, Berg and Johns was going on their Power Man trip, yeah. So I'll let the finished completion of the movie be the judge. But I'm not gonna keep singing their praises. I'm not doing that. Other people could do that. Other YouTubers can do that and say, yeah, it's great, and that's on them. I don't fuck with people whose intentions was to sabotage Ben Affleck and shitting on him while they thought they could make something else better than him, which they really can't. I know Jeff Johns can, So we'll see. Now, finally, on to the big daddy of them all. It's not really much to talk about because I think that shit was perfect. The Snyder Cut teaser, the trailer, all done by the background music of Cohen. Hallelujah. A lot of people say that they ragged this song to death, but I thought that it was poetic. I thought it was emotionally relevant. It really speaks to the fans. And I think that's what Zack Snyder was trying to do. He wasn't worrying about nobody else but thanking the fans for the hard work that all of us put in to get this thing done, to tell the studios that this is what we wanted. And AT&T, HBO Max said, you got it. You got it. And we're going to give it to you, man. We're going to give it to you because you wanted it. And let me tell you something. You deserve it. Y'all deserve it. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this community that stood on our own ground and said, you know what? I'm glad to be a Snyder Cut fan. I'm blessed to be a part of this community. The fans got what we wanted, and this was something that I will take to my grave. That to see the smile on Zack Snyder's face, to see our mother, our queen, Fiona Zhang, the founder, you know, the mother of our Snyder Cut movement, talking with the boss. Because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have none of this, you know. And I feel nothing but pride and love and admiration for everybody, whether you're a YouTuber, a Twitter, a Facebooker, a TikToker, a Grinder, a Tinderer, you know, anything in terms of the social media. If you supported this, if you donated to the Association of Suicide Prevention, if you said any kind words towards the Snyders, we couldn't convince everybody, but we knew our heart was in the right place to have the director have his vision realized, because he got screwed over hard. So yeah, we saw new scenes. We saw that Cyborg did have a story, a very important story that was never seen in the theatrical cut. Then, seeing the Flash had a little gravitas at the very end when he was talking about the thing with Darkseid and all the demons and all that. He had a little gravitas to his voice, You didn't see that in the theatrical cut. I push people and I move away. So, and Ben Affleck, he was looking like BDS Ben Affleck. You know what I'm saying? You don't see him red-faced, big, puffy in the face, like he really didn't want to be there, which he didn't. So, yeah, I could see it. Look at it. Black suit Superman. The visuals were fucking off the hook. You saw Darkseid, so you know what's coming. And Steppenwolf looks like an actual threat. Not that badass CGI bullshit that the actor that was playing Steppenwolf said, yo, that's not my performance, kid. I know what I did in Zack Snyder's Justice League. That shit that we didn't put out, that was not it. I know my work. That's what he said. So you see the proof now. And I know there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, there's some people in the industry and stuff like that. And Scott Mendelson got his punk ass dissed again. Damn, Scotty, what are you doing, man? Stop messing with the boss Zack Snyder, man. You are not in his league. Played you, man. Called you a little Sesame Street kid. Look, if you like the theatrical cut of Justice League that's geared for children, go right ahead, man. Here, hit your fucking bottle, stick your bib, and take your dumb ass out of here, man. I'm making shit for the adults, for the grown men and women, man. And so it's past your bedtime. Get your monkey ass in the bed. That's exactly what Zack Snyder said, and I'm here for all of it. But my thing is, the way that it's set up, I'm just so glad that you're seeing the true vision of a man who wants to bring you something good. Bring you something good that you can sink your teeth in. And I have no doubt. Now, some people may still not be convinced, and that's cool. But in my head, he's going to knock it out the park. So trust the president that I'm trying not to steer you wrong, but my opinions are my own. And you may have some of your own, so I would like to hear your opinions in the comments below. As for me, I'm about to be up out of here. If you like this video, please give me a like. If you want to chill with me for a little while longer, you can press the subscribe button and the bell for notification for anything else that I may drop off the cuff. It's been a while since I actually said that too. That's how you know that sometimes I'm not cognizant of just trying to, at the very least, bring as many people that's, I just want to hang out, shoot the breeze and kick it like real people should be kicking it, Ain't nothing phony, ain't no trickery, FX and all that. I don't have those types of skills. Want to, but I don't have it. So with that being said, catch me on the next one, which I'll hopefully have pretty soon, but you can catch me tomorrow night on the Dark Council Live, where we'll be at Drunk 3PO's channel, giving out our little birthday bash for him. And hopefully y'all all come through, because you all going to enjoy it. I'll post up the link in the community tab. So with that being said, let's get up out of here. Let's get up out of here. Let's get up out of here. Oh. Magically delicious, super nutritious. It's the dawn, it's the law with the vision. Freestyle off the tizzy, holding it down, but you know I'm not a sissy, I'm the ranger, the wrangler, the strangler, holding it down, then I give you a banger that you all love, holding it down with the snub, kicking it, baby, I'm in love. Do you believe me? And it's hard for you to see how your mentality has messed you up, B. My intellect is far more advanced, as you know, to comprehend the universal flow on the low. Revenge is a dish that is best served cold, and just in outer space is vacuum as your soul. Then suspended animation as you wait, frozen in fear as we decide your fate. Holding it down and I ruin the race. All you bitches out there is disgrace that you try to diss the big Zack Snyder, and you can't resist his visuals, his writing style, his everything that is so on style. Profile got you on blind. So with that being said, God bless. Stay frosty, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Peace.